What would be a gachi finger food?
Well, Coder Dan's been
Fud.
using the metaphor for the finger foods. If you want to explain, Dan.
Yeah, it's the FUD token or whatever Alchemica. You'll be able to drop the tokens directly into the gacha if you have them in your wallet. Ooh, I found a friend in the Gachiverse here.
Yeah, so you could like host your own gallery or your own event, and once that's ready, then you'll be able to say, "Yeah, come on out. We're having this party, and by the way, I'll be, dropping some Alchemica at the party." Ideally, I'd love to be able to craft things like piñatas, where you can drop a piñata into the middle of the party and let everybody go to town. So, step by step, though.
That sounds like a really fun mini game, like kind of like PvP, but you have to smash the piñata and also kill your opponent.
Yeah, it's like PvP, except the piñata can't fight back. PV piñata.
If you
Ooh, I
do
just
make
came
that a
across a
craftable
really cool
installation,
turtle.
name it that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in the Rarity Farming Snapchat's text channel. I got lost, but I'm back. If anybody's wondering where to follow along, make sure you're in there. I see Igor's here. His body is ready. Bin Laden wants to bounce people into PvP battles. I'm not quite sure what that means. You want to bounce them into a battle. Uh-oh. Coder Dan, who made this one? Is that yours?
I don't know. I've never seen this one before. I just stumbled upon it near John Gotchi's place.
Dang, somebody was holding back. Probably waiting for like game day. Laying low. What do we got going on there? It looks like forest in the background. It's got like a background foreground thing going on. Nice.
Yeah, every time I come in, I see like a new cool design. It's really awesome.
Dr. Wagner is asking about zooming out so you can see the vertical parcel art for the spacious. I don't know if we can zoom out that far. Oh, Zico says F11 for full screen helps. Jerry. Yeah, you just need the God mode. Any excuse, just Dan, if you could just pass that my way, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right, we are 3 minutes away from the Snapchat here, friends, and Spillover will be turning on in, I think at exactly 2 p.m. UTC.
Will the spillover event, usually these events for Rarity Farming are shorter than the Hangouts. I'm assuming that's still the case, correct?
Yeah, we'll probably chill out a little bit, but I think the spillover will be the normal 2 hours.
That's epic.
Soju, are you looking at my desktop, bro? Because that's exactly how mine looks too. I did the F11 trick. That must be a Windows thing only, because it did not work for me. That's exactly how my desktop looks too. No, I never go there. All right, see some got you zooming around. Are we all going to John's here, friends? See some zoomers.
We also need to zoom in on the charts on the leaderboards. Do we have any shakeups? Anybody making big moves? I think Wagme, you were talking about you scooped some stuff on the bazaar last week in preparation for this, right?
Yeah, I did. I had a gachi that was just out of qualifying for the fake gachi cards, so I picked up a legendary hand wearable to get a third gachi into the top 333.
Nice. Yeah, that's like a whole new twist to this. If you get top 333, you're in the fake gachis game.
Right, I know. I did quite a bit of shuffling around to maximize that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
maybe I'm blanking on this, but number 15 on BRS charts is Mr. BWA Wah. And like he's got the Golden Cross robe, which I appreciate, but I can barely recognize it because he's got such a unique. I think it might be a bug. It's like, let me drop this in the chat. You guys know what I'm looking at here? I mean, it's epic looking, but I'm just not even sure how this is. Let me know if my mind's playing tricks on me, guys. But the samurai helmet, the godlike here, just looks.
Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. The he's got the vomit on top, I think.
Yeah,
As we're 30 seconds away here, we're gonna be taking the snapshot. Oh, here we go. Gonna grab that snapshot in just a moment, and then we'll proceed with business. We have some very exciting ties. We're gonna see what happens here, and see who actually is gonna get the #1 spot for BRS and XP, because they could be tied. We'll see what happens.
Say cheese, Gachi gang. Here we
Here
go.
we go. Snapshot.
Flex's emoji. That's the snapshot.
Boom. There it is. Pin that.
There's the block.
334273220. So let's see for BRS. Oh my gosh, it looks like Felon is going to get it. There was a tie, or there could have been a potential tie between Diamond Eyes and Felon, and so it looks like Felon got it. He is the top BRS for 3 rounds out of the 4. Diamond Eyes had it for the first round, but he didn't maintain.
Yeah,
So
kind of.
Congrats to
Must have got
Felon.
Felons. Yeah, congrats to Felon. Congrats to Diamond Eyes making it interesting, showing up and competing. Felon doesn't mess around though. And it looks like
Peter's got his fake gacha card. Nice.
Congrats to everybody earning that extra sweet gachi card. Number 211, you're definitely in there with Music City Gachi Gang.
I am seeking people to patron, so hit me up if you have art and want to put something out.
Yeah, that's the whole cool part.
William Hung, what is fake gachi? All right.
Oh yeah.
Throw the blog at you.
Try to drop some links here. Yeah, we had a great Spaces last night. I think a lot of you were there for it. But if not, definitely check out the latest blog post. Finally seeing some fake gachis, sneak preview of what's coming in the next week or so.
One of the pieces is like a fake rare that they're going to burn to bring it over to our side, correct?
Yeah, that's 8-Bit Guild. They've got a bit of a vault going on over there with OG gachi art, and they're all 101s. So, you know, I guess it's very doable in that sense, because that third rule is it's got to be original. It's like, well, if it already exists over there, you can't just mint another one. But if you burn it, and it starts to make more sense, especially if it's 101. What if it was like 100 editions over on Ethereum layer? Then it probably wouldn't happen. Too many wallets, too many in existence. But yeah, they're going to be able to do that, pull that off.
Yeah, I've been working with Midjourney. I figured out how to feed it like picture prompts. So I've been trying. There's a limited number of Aavegotchi pictures on Google that I can find. So I've been over the last few days just trying everything to get something that is remotely gotchi out of it. And it's been difficult, but I've been learning more about like image weighting and stuff like that. So hopefully I can get one piece out that will make sense, and then potentially use it as a fake gotchi card.
Beautiful. Yeah, Midjourney is a lot of fun. I wish I could experiment with it a little more. I know Gravy has been too. But we should keep going. What about what's the next leaderboard here? We got our XP and Kinship as well.
Kinship, there is no tie there. The Igor Gachi is the undisputed winner for all 4 rounds of Kinship. And then XP, it looks like we do actually have a tie.
Oh, Love it.
because Maniac won the first round. XP number 1 won the second round and the third round, and Maniac is back in the lead again for the fourth round. So we have a 2-2 tie.
Man, and that's on XP. One of the I like XP because it's like the most dynamic of the 3 leaderboards, I bet. If you were to like to analyze where you see the most lead changes, it's got to be XP. Goop says he got passed up in XP. Somebody must have sacrificed.
Yeah, I just went to the leaderboard here. It looks like eBuy 8503 and absorbed its power, and also ate El Rubius OMG and absorbed its power. So that was about 18, almost 1900 XP there. And on, this was September 8th, I think that was last round, Godlike ate 305 and absorbed 9,000 XP from it. But I think that was right before the previous snapshot. So we only had 2 sacrifices for this snapshot. Godlike making some big moves. Number 3 in XP now.
Jeez. In it for the trophies. We also have trophies to give out. I like tongue-in-cheek call them soul-bound trophies at this point. SBT, the T is for trophy.
So for the ties, I believe what we do is, for XP, I believe we're going to look at the BRS, or was it kinship?
Oh, this happens every time.
Yeah.
It's every time. Who can find it? Go open up the blog posts. Look for the rules.
Well, either way, a very exciting round here. Thanks for another amazing Rarity farming, friends, and looking forward to the next one. Maybe it'll be, I don't know if we'll be getting it this year, but we will definitely see. Of course, there are some funds in the DAO, but up to the community on whether or not we want to do another one. Maybe next year. Could be early next year potentially.
It's been
We
4.
also need to get that type form to you guys. We'll get that out in just a moment.
Yep, type form. And yeah, it's been like, I can't believe 4 seasons already passed. Each one with its own kind of flavor. I personally, though, it has been pretty stable in terms of what the leaderboards are. So one challenge, or throw it out here to everybody at the DAO, if you guys feel like switching up the leaderboards, or we've probably got a little bit of time here till the 5th season, but I think it's an opportunity to kind of recalibrate what Rarity farming mechanics there are in the leaderboard meta. Not necessarily getting rid of a leaderboard, but maybe early on, I always imagined there would be these kind of season-based mini leaderboards, so to speak, something to that effect, where it'd be like the most traded Avogachis, which one? Maybe that's a bad example because people just transfer from wallet to wallet, but you get kind of the idea. There could be all these kind of like, as the game evolves, as more games come online, the Gachiverse evolves, there could be things tied back to Rarity farming that recognize certain, incentivized behaviors for Avogachis or something. So something to definitely consider as we start talking about what we want a 5th season to look like. It would be nice to spice it up a bit. That's my suggestion. And I'll guess.
Oh, sorry.
I'm reading from the chat here. Season 5 Rarity farming should be by the end of the year. It could be. It certainly could be. It's just gotta decide when to fund it and how much to fund it, and yeah, what the leaderboards are. What were you gonna say, Future?
I was going to ask if it's possible to consider using some kind of in-game metric, because most of the stuff is on chain. So maybe I don't know, counting spillover, like knowing when on the Saturday hangouts during the season, people are actually in the verse collecting spillover, and then that could be measured as its own little separate leaderboard that we put a little bit of the funds towards. I don't know if that would be botted to hell though, but something cool.
Yeah, it's stuff along those lines. I think it'd be cool to have kind of a Gotchiverse tie-in now that the game is kind of getting to the point that it kind of stands on its own 2 feet. It's still very alpha, but I think there's something to be said for that. That's not a bad idea. And just in general, kind of to speak to that, I think the Gotchiverse itself needs more, achievements and leaderboards in game. So it's something we're thinking about, and whether it ties back to rarity farming or not. I think there's something to that. Like tongue in cheek here is like the Steppen app kind of had its moment a few months ago, right? How many of you guys were like walking around counting steps? Maybe you still are. I don't know how the project's doing. Anybody here doing the Steppen step counting app to farm tokens? I think FaZe is saying he's got that. So my thought here is, gotchis don't step; they're floating around. So maybe we call it floating, but they float around the Gotchiverse. We can count those steps, as you put that in quotes. It'd be pretty fun to